Hello everybody, XJoe81X, and glorious part 2 of my 1980s Williams Firepower pinball machine. What I'm going to show you today is the innards. I'm going to show you how to remove the back glass, the front glass, what holds the front glass, and the coin door. So without further ado, here we go. So here is it in its complete running form. I want to clean the glass, take the glass out, change a light bulb, boop, boop, bop, clean, whatever you have to do. First is you have a key. This is gold. I should probably try to make a couple of these. The key fits in here, and the key fits up there that locks the glass. I will not be locking the glass since I'm home. The key goes left to turn to tighten, right to undo. Open the coin door. The coin door goes 180 degrees and stops when you're going to break the coin door. Inside the coin door is a lever. Lever is to the right. Please shift it to the left. Now, when you shift it, let's not be like this. Oh, okay. Okay, listen, this is metal. Okay? Check this out. Ready? Smack it over. This thing lifts up, straight up. 2 grooves, very dirty and dingy. You get rid of this. A lot of people like to throw it under. For argument's sake, I'm going to keep it right here. What I like to do next is, because the door's in the way, is turn the lever back. Shut the coin door. Now you want to remove the glass. This is tempered glass. This glass is the glass that's installed in any modern day shower. If hit a certain way, it will shatter, but it should withstand when the ball jumps the playing field or anything like that. I don't recommend having your friends leaning on it, but it's tempered. That's all you need to know. What I like to do is take your 4 fingers, very cautiously slide it out. Now what you may want to do is, after you do slide it out, take some alcohol, take a rag, and clean the channels if you haven't done so already, because you could hear the dirt and the grime going in and out. And then you bring it out to a safe part. Now if you go high or low, you could shatter it. So I'm about at a safe part where a lot of the weight is not on the glass. I like to get on one side. I so happen to be righty. Grab it from the middle and work it out. Feel the channel. Too high and you see, too low and you're rubbing against the wood. So you kind of feel it. You want to feel it. And then you bring it out, watch behind you. Okay, stand it straight up and put it somewhere that it's not going to hit anything. So for me, I have a rug and a windowsill. Out of the way. Now your playing field is accessible. You could do anything you want to your game. Change the rubbers, clean it, oil it, grease it. That's that. Okay, now removing the glass. There is a lock back here that I have that I chose not to touch it. It's in the unlocked position. Your glass might be different. Most pinballs of this era is the same. There's a lip here. You lift straight up. I have stuff on here that I have to clean. It's like a tar. You don't lift. Okay. You don't lift it out because you could break it. Clear the ledge. See, I can't go that far. Clear the ledge. Bring it down. It should stay by itself. Technically, it might even slide. Then, if you want to just check the back, I'll show you what to do. You bring it this way. Perfect. Watch what you do here, because you don't want to flex the glass. And if you have to check a light bulb or something, that's it. There's a tab. Lift up. This is from the 80s, so it just needs a little help. Whoop. Okay. And the door swings open in front of the camera. And we'll show you that in a second. So we'll close it, and I'll put everything back, and we'll mimic it. Then you're like, well, I want to clean the glass. Okay. So you just pick it up very calmly and bring it wherever you want. If you have brand new glass, you don't have to worry about the back graphics coming off. My glass is original. I have back graphics. I'm going to take the camera now and show you the innards. Okay, now here we go. This is the playing field without the glass. Okay, there's really nothing here because the glass shows you. This is what it looks like behind the glass. We'll throw the power on real quick, but we're not going to play with it. Oh, okay. Top left, top right. Number 1, 2, 3 work. Number 4 is out. I removed this pin and exchanged the pins, and this connector connects to number player 3, and player 3 works. So I lost player 4. This entire mechanism is broken, and they do not sell them by themselves. They sell these they sell this originally for a couple of $100, and then they sell the LED conversion. Obviously, those lights are corresponding with the back glass. Here's the back of my glass, but oopsie, very, very, very wonky. The light bulbs shine through here, and some people say you could get spray paint and you paint the color of the front would be red, and then you shoot it with clear. I'm going to leave it, and I probably am going to try to get a brand new glass. I've seen them for about $200. So this is the lights with them on, but that will be in another part. Let's shut the power, so if I open the door, I don't short anything out. Again, this had a full LED conversion kit before I purchased the game, and the scoring board is original. A lot of these parts are original. Like I said, you lift the tab up, sometimes it doesn't come out, so just very politely lift it up. Just see, just enough. The hinges are crooked, and they've been lifted 100 different times. Okay, here's the back. God forbid that you ever had to change this. It's beyond that because everything is stapled and soldered, and fuck that. And hopefully nothing breaks. Must be some kind of power mechanism back there because there's a piece of cardboard that is non-conductive because it hits the power supply. Well, it probably doesn't hit it, but okay. So here it is. The top right is original. That's the soundboard and the voice board connected by a ribbon. I'm not going to get into the semantics of what each capacitor, resistor, and all this stuff is. I'm taking a picture for myself, so anybody could also reference what mine looks like different to yours. Then we move this as the power, then move this out of the way. 2 fuses on the right, and the rest is the fuck of you. The power board has been changed, of course, because there was no such thing as Gulf Pinball back in the day, and this board is definitely brand new. Here's all the circuits, and all the new connectors are bright white, and the old ones are brown. Let's take a quick shot of that, just in case everybody wants to pause. And that's it. Here's the old power supply behind this cage. That's probably original. I'm assuming this is a big capacitor. Don't know if it's original, but I have seen prior pinball machines with the same big blue one. And here's some kind of weird circuitry in a sense where that might be a block of power or non-power. And instead of making connections, they just did this. Here's another set of original fuse banks. Obviously, the fuses have probably been changed, but here's a nice old school bank. Okay. If you're noticing, I'm missing the top board. Go on the internet. This board went from the top to the bottom. It incorporated everything that has to do with, obviously, non-sound and non-power. So every little thing that's left controls with this board. This so happened to be a Rotten Dog Amusement MPU 327. Please notice, if your board does not work correctly, do not go crazy. Also, look back at my prior videos as far as the dip switch up here. The left button with the white is your sound tester, and the dip switch is the top is for voice, the bottom is for audio. My voice did not work. I went on the internet and my dip switch was in the wrong position. It was in this position of course things move. So it wouldn't get firepower. I wouldn't get nothing. So I turned it here. Obviously my, the power's off. There you go. This keeps falling. This is one of the only things that's left. This is the volume adjuster that goes down to the harness. And all the harnesses go down there, which you'll see later. Okay, so the original board, whoever invented this, they put a battery in the middle, which should have been off board, but that's it. Notice the games that it currently works. Okay, obviously the sticker on the right says this is from August 2017, and these are dip switches. Notice the firepower dip switch, which is right there, 001011. Okay? Please note, even for myself, let me get a better angle. The game will go into some weird fucking wonky mode if it's not dip switched correctly. The previous person that fixed my machine off the camera brought this board to other places to make sure they were correct. His dip switches were wrong, so when he turned the game on, it was making all sorts of shit. Thank God they invented the board that didn't fry the game. So for myself, let's take note. Up from left to right, up, 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 down, up, down, down. Let me get multiple angles, just in case. Okay. I think that's all for the glass, the back. Anything else you want to know, just let me know. These are the original stickers for the original board. There was more dip switches. That sticker is for the original board. So when you do close, make sure you don't pinch that stuff. I like to just move it out just enough to... Okay, we're done with the board. There's a latch system right here. You gotta, lift it. Okay, there's the locking mechanism. Let me see if that key works. Actually, I don't even think the key does work. Let me put it in. This is the wrong key for the locking mechanism. So allegedly, the coin door key is supposed to be the same. Okay, this requires 2 hands. Okay, I gave you a wide shot so you can see how I lift it. There's no other way to lift it. There's nothing else to grab except to put your hand in the middle. Get enough meat underneath your hand, you lift straight up. As you're lifting up, go slow. Don't pull it out. Just kind of leave it pushing in the back. You'll see that it rides 2 things. Now, you can lift it as high or low as you want, but you say, wait, I need to work on it. So, there's a metal thing right here, and there's 2 holes drilled out with a dowel that look the shape of a dowel. I'll show you. And now you can work on it. Also, you could bring it down lower for whatever reason, working on it differently. Excuse me. I will show you the innards. Due to the fact that it's pretty dark, I have a light. So like I said, there was one little hole and another little hole. It just sits there. You could tell that it's been grinded upon. Be very careful. Notice the pinball machine sits on these little wood pieces, left and right. Make sure, other than the ground, like this is pretty close. See this? This is pretty close. Make sure that it doesn't sit on here. You know what I'm saying? It looks like these 2 holes correspond with maybe this, or maybe that. So now that you have your system propped up, this is what my system looks like. There's the wiring harnessed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 go up. And I'm not even going to remotely get into it. This is the undercarriage of my unit. Things are new, things are old, doesn't matter. Tons of resistors, diodes. I said all the lights are LED, whatever color they are, it doesn't matter. There's your power cord on the left, brown. Here's your speaker. I cleaned this out, definitely. Here's an outlet for soldering. Here's probably a fuse if you overpowered or soldered. Oh, I just noticed that. There's a firepower sticker down there. See that? That goes here, which I'm going to get new. See the old, looks like it's burnt. It looks like holy cow, the ball has destroyed the sides. You know, missing in the ball. And then that one's yellow and flat with no rivet in the middle. So at some point, that was changed to the wrong one. And you could see right here how thick that is on the left and how small they are on the right. Some people didn't install the correct stuff. And there's a bunch of mechanism. Here's an anti-tilt thing, which the people used to lift the board. There's another anti-tilt thing right here. This ball moves forward, hits this thing, and goes bang. This is letting you know the pitch. You want to make sure it's in the middle. Mine's a little bit down because the back feet are flat with an adjustment, and I don't have any feet here. Excuse me. They're just on the tile. But I guess I'm a little bit cheating because it's technically, if you look down, it's moving forward a little bit. There was some damage. There might have been a leak in someone's house or arcade. You could tell this is dark and dingy and dirty and brown and disgusting. And this side, not so much, but still dirt. Ground wires was cut here. It's just really dirty. And as you get up to the machine, you'll see it gets cleaner and cleaner. So obviously anything that was dripping, I don't see drips. I printed out a bunch of stuff for the just to have. And these are just extra. This is the coins. Can you imagine this thing filling up with quarters? How heavy this would be. This is just what extra stuff that was laying around, diode in there, plastic pieces. This is obviously the power switch. And let's just turn it on for argument's sake underneath, and I'll put everything back. Power switch right here. And everything that technically you can or cannot see or you need to test. Thank you for sticking with me this long. I'm sorry the video is long. I'm just trying to cover all basics. Always shut the power. Don't worry about it. You're never going to hurt it, allegedly, even during gameplay, just as long as you find the balls and install them or hold them before you drop the thing. So without further ado, we're all done. Everything's clean. You don't really want to pick this up and let this metal piece drop because it's your game. You shouldn't. So you just pick it up with your hand, and then set it down very nicely. This gets a little bit cumbersome. And you kind of drop it slowly. You want to make sure you push it back so it hits the playing field. And it has to sit on these grooves. I will show you the grooves real quick because that's a big issue. Let me just grab the whole tripod. Okay, you want the game to sit in here. You don't want it forward or back. So you want to make sure the game sits in here. Perfect. Now the game. Okay, and you also want to make sure these screws are installed. One there and one there. Because if they're not installed, see, you don't want this. You want to just, there you go. Ever so slightly. This one's a little off. You got to just, I'm doing this with a tripod. So, all right, you want to make sure the playing field is in the grooves. If you have to lift up the board and bring it, don't worry about the noise, that's the ball. Make sure everything sits perfect. Okay, first thing I like to do is put the backboard back on. Okay, you could do a couple of things. You could either put it the original way and then lift it up, but the top goes in, you find the groove. Again, I have to clean this, there's some kind of tar on it. You find the groove, be very careful. I like to do this first so it doesn't drop on the glass if I have to remove the back. and it sits in the groove. Run your fingers here. Make sure one lip is not higher than the other. It's sitting perfect. Perfect, no problem. It's all in there. Next is the glass. You grab the glass. I have to clean the glass, but you grab the glass the same way, in the middle. And you try to find the happy groove, give or take, looking at both sides. You might have to go up and down. You bring it halfway, and then you kind of wrap your finger, see, around the back, and get to a point where you can now work it with your hip. You know, work it. There you go. Bring it in with your thumbs, and then, you know, with your 4 fingers. It sits in the groove. Open up your coin door, swing that open. Okay, don't forget to move the latch back because it won't go in. It only sits one way. Pop that down. Smack that shut. Shut your door. And Bob's your uncle. Play. I got to adjust the volume because the technician, obviously, it's too loud. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Any questions? Feel free to ask. Thank you very much.